If you're looking to break into a career in data analytics and you're wondering how to do it without a traditional degree or prior experience, this video is for you. I'm Nada, a leadership and career coach, as well as a data analytics and business intelligence leader. I work with students, professionals, and emerging leaders to help them unlock their career potential. And in this case, I had the pleasure of coaching someone through a successful transition into the data field by combining my industry experience with some personalized coaching support. So without further ado, let me introduce you to Daniel, one of my coaching clients who transitioned from having no experience in analytics to landing his first role after completing the CourseCareers Data Analytics Course, as well as working with me through some coaching. And in this video, we're going to walk through his journey, what led him to data analytics, how the course was, how coaching helped him grow, as well as how he landed the job. Hi, Daniel. Can you introduce yourself and share what you were doing before starting your data analytics journey?
Yes. So as you already know, my name is Daniel. And before my data analytics journey, I was in tech sales and had been doing that for a little under a year until I finally made my switch to data analytics here in the past 2 months.
Oh, that's great. And did you have any experience with data analytics before taking this course?
Yeah, no direct experience, actually. I did have some minor experience in college. I did some data analysis on experiments I did as a physics student. And then in my career in tech sales, we looked at data all the time to improve our performance. But other than that, no really direct hands-on experience. Yeah.
Great. So what is it that made you decide to pursue a career in data analytics?
Yeah, it's a great question. So I read this book called AI Superpowers. Not sure if you've heard of it, but it's written by Kai-Fu Lee. And he really just talks about the importance of data, especially in this new AI age. And reading that book, I actually reflected on the importance of data, not just in this AI age, but also in my previous work experience. And just combining and thinking about all those variables, I decided to go all in on data and this career specifically. And I just haven't looked back since.
That's amazing. So how did you hear about CourseCareers and what made you choose it?
Yeah, so I actually learned about CourseCareers last year when I first got into tech sales because I had invested in the course to get my tech sales role. And I had come across it on videos on YouTube, and I made that first investment, and I was successful with that. And once I realized I wanted to do data analytics, this was the first place I went to jump into that world.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
And now that you took it, what did you think of the course?
Oh my goodness! On a scale from 1 to 10, 100.
Oh, really? Why so?
Just from the technical aspect of it, it does a great job of teaching you, especially in data analytics, just the technical requirements that you need to know. And then also from an interview perspective, it teaches you great insights on interviews and on how to build your resume, optimize your resume, and optimize even your LinkedIn, which is very important. So it's just an all-in encompassing course on really how to get a role in this career. And then last thing I'll add, the cherry on top, is really just the coaching, which I'm sure we'll get into that later. But the coaching, just like yourself, that really was the difference between getting a role and not getting a role. So
yeah, well, that's a great transition. So can you share what made you decide to get coaching with the course?
Yes. So obviously I did the course, and I'm a person who takes action. And so as soon as I started the course, I was applying to roles right away. And I had gotten one interview from a company in Austin, this is where I live. And their interview format was a little different. But long story short, I didn't make it past the first round with that company. And I realized that it was just a gap in understanding how to, answer questions and ask questions, right? And I knew that I wouldn't be able to fill that gap unless I had someone who's very knowledgeable about the industry, just like yourself. And so that's when I made the decision to, yes, I need coaching.
So what are your thoughts about coaching now that you've experienced it with me?
So coaching with Nada on a scale from 1 to 10, I give it 1,000,000.
Oh my God.
No, it's just the experience has been incredible. You're very knowledgeable about the industry, and I think you you're very knowledgeable about how people work as well. So I think you understood how I operate, and I think that your approach to training me and teaching me was just phenomenal.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Could you share more? What do you think we focused on in our coaching sessions that you found the most helpful?
Yes, absolutely. So I would say the two biggest things that we focused on was answering interview questions the right way, and specifically focusing on methodology, which was a huge, big insight for me. And then the second thing, which was equally as important, was asking the right questions to interviewers, hiring managers, stakeholders, you name it, and really just honing in on those two things. And we did that on and on and on our sessions, and that really made the difference on my interviews. And even afterwards, a lot of the feedback I got from the interviewers and from the recruiter were, "Oh, we love you, Daniel. We were at the end of the day, they were excited to move forward, but they were just happy of how I answered the questions and my energy that I brought." So.
I am so glad to hear that, honestly. And so, was there a moment in your coaching that shifted your mind or gave you like a breakthrough, an aha moment?
Yes, it was. It was when you first mentioned to focus on methodology. That was the big aha moment, because I know you had asked me, what do you think we should work on? What do you need help with, right? And that's when I said, answering questions. And then you asked me to tell you an answer for one of the questions I had, and you said nope right away. You're like, it's too long. There's too many numbers in there, too many statistics. You just need to focus on the methodology. That's what's important to interviewer, just understanding the process of how you found the solution, not necessarily the specific number, whatever answer, but understanding your thought process and finding solutions. And that was the breakthrough moment right there. And that really, changed my life in a way.
Well, great. So do you want to give us an update on how long it took you to land the job you landed today, and where you're at?
Yeah, so my journey with this data analytics course was actually non-traditional. I invested in the course in, I want to say, late February, and I fully accepted an offer in May, right? And I know 3 months is not typical. Normally, especially in this kind of industry, it takes about 6 years, 6 months, maybe to even a year to land a role. But for me, I'm just so focused on action, and I'm just grateful enough to have landed a role within 3 months of investing in the course.
I am so happy to hear this, honestly, and I've learned new information right now with you that I did not know through our coaching sessions. So thanks for sharing that, and kudos to you. 3 months is amazing. Do you think you could have done it without the course or without coaching?
Absolutely, neither one of them. Absolutely not. Yeah, neither one of them. There's no way. I can't envision a world where I could have done it without the coaching or the course. So absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Great. So what I'm hearing is that you would recommend CourseCareers to a friend who's looking to start a new career. Is that correct?
100%, 1,000%, for sure. Actually, I've recommended CourseCareers to 2 other friends already.
Wow.
I've had some friends that I've talked to them about how I'm starting this new career in data analytics, and they always ask me, like, how did you get started in that? It's such a very niche career. And I tell them CourseCareers. And so I actually have a friend who's actually planning on investing. He just graduated college, and he's planning on investing in the CourseCareers soon.
Oh, that's great.
We've already recommended it to.
And would you recommend coaching with me?
Oh, yes. A million trillion %. And the reason why I would recommend coaching with you, Nada, there's actually, I want to say, 3 big reasons why I would recommend coaching specifically with you. One is that you have a very tailored approach, right? So on our first session, the first thing you asked me was, what do you feel like you need help with, right? So you're very tailored in your approach on every individual's need. The second thing I would say is you're very proactive. Like every time I texted you or had a question or emailed you, you responded right away. Like almost instantaneously, and that was extremely helpful. And I would say the third thing is your expertise. You're just very knowledgeable about the industry, all the behind the scenes details, and you're just very knowledgeable overall. So, absolutely would recommend working with you.
Well, it was a pleasure coaching you, Daniel, as well. So just know that you were easy to coach as well. So thank you for choosing to work with me. And so before I let you go, one last question.
Mm-hmm.
What advice would you give to someone who's just starting out?
Oh, if you're just starting out, it's gonna be cliche advice, but if you're just starting out, make the investment. Make the investment in course careers, and make the investment in coaching. Like I know it's cliche, but it's really making that investment is really crucial to understanding the technical skills that you need, and then b just being able to get inside the minds of interviewers and hiring managers and understand what they're looking for. So that's to anyone who's looking to get in the industry, make the investment on acquiring the skills and the information you need to get the role. That's the biggest advice I can give.
Perfect. So go ahead and make the investment, guys.
Yes.
Alrighty. Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you, Nada.
All right. So I hope you enjoyed the video and found it helpful, whether you learned something new or just simply felt inspired by Daniel's journey. His story is a great example of what's possible when you combine the right mindset, coaching, as well as some hard work and dedication, of course. So, as you can see, with no prior experience, he successfully broke into the data analytics field in just 3 months. And you can too, whether you're a current course career student or current professional or aspiring professional that wants to break into data analytics, or even just an emerging leader. I'm here to support you in reaching your goals, whatever those may be. So, if you're ready to take the next step, whether that's enrolling in course careers, getting personalized coaching to support your journey, or even both, you'll find everything you need linked in the description below. And if you've made it this far in the video, I have a feeling that you're ready to get started. So I would be honored to support you along the way.